Hey there, this is Carolina from State Adventures. I'm hopping on here to share this family itinerary with you to Ecuador. I know you requested the Galapagos, and I have some other ideas for you to tack on to your Galapagos cruise because there's so much to see and do in Ecuador. I don't want you to miss it. So let's go through it together, and then you let me know what works, what needs a little tweaking. This is your trip. And if you want to extend it to Peru, for example, we can surely do that. So I'm going to share my screen and you'll be able to see this PDF. I'm going to send you the PDF as well so you can go through it on your own time. So this trip is for your family of 3 and it starts on August 8th, which happens to be the date that you wanted to start. But although it's a private trip and we can pretty much start and do things any day of the week that you'd like, I based it around a cruise that fits within these dates. So bear with me and let me explain how everything works. So you're going to fly into Quito, which is the international airport. And once we pick you up from there, we'll take a private car to your hotel in the old part of Quito. And the hotel I like is Plaza Grande. It has really big, spacious rooms, great location, great views. You wake up and you know you're in Ecuador. So it's a really special place in the main square. And we're going to spend 3 nights there. So the first day is your arrival. The second day is exploring Quito proper. So all the highlights, the cathedral, all the overlooks. We're going to go chocolate tasting. We'll make sure that the trip is family friendly and kid friendly. We'll go to the Equator Museum where your daughter can do all sorts of experiments on the equator line. So it's a lot of fun all day, a lot of outdoors. So you can really enjoy the city. And then on the 10th, we're going to leave the city for the day and go to Cotopaxi. And this is a volcanic area, a beautiful road about 2.5 hours away from Quito, through villages and markets. And when you get there, it's scattered with local ranches, which are still working, and we can go hiking here, horseback riding. We'll have a traditional Ecuadorian lunch. We'll have lunch in Quito as well. I didn't mention that, but I wanted to show you this. Under each day, there's a BL or BLD. That stands for the meals that are already included. So there's a lot of things included here. So I just wanted to point them out. So in Cotopaxi, it's a private tour, just the 2 of you with your guide and driver, and you, the 3 of you and your guide and driver, and you can go at your own pace, go to markets if you choose to. If you like horseback riding, let me know and I'll arrange it. If not, then we can go to a colorful lagoon. Lots to see and do here. And now on the 11th, before we go off to the Galapagos, I wanted to show you the Amazon jungle. This is such a rich area and such a wonderful place for families that I think you would have a lot of fun. We sent a lot of families to the jungle. I personally go to the Amazon at least once a year. My daughter came with me last year, and we had so much fun exploring the jungle. So I want to show you this particular lodge. So you would take a 30-minute flight to Coca. Everything is included. We take you to the airport. We put you on the flight. We include entry tickets and permissions to enter this part of the jungle because you have to pay different fees. Everything is included, and you arrive to the Napo Cultural Center Amazon Lodge. And Napo is a big company and they have a bigger lodge deeper in, further in, more hours into the jungle. But I love this one because it's super charming, but also it's surrounded by an indigenous community. So there are kids playing soccer. You're right on the water. You could go swimming. And in the mornings, the shaman will come out and kind of, you could tell him your dreams and he'll interpret the dreams for you. And it's just like a really great sense of community, even though you're in the jungle and there's wildlife and you're going to go piranha fishing and you're going to go to explore different trails and lagoons. So you spend 3 nights there. Everything is included, all your meals, all your excursions. You kind of talk with the guides at the lodge. Well, we don't like hiking, or we definitely want to go swimming. And then they'll arrange the itinerary according to your needs and then according to the weather and climate and so forth. Really wonderful experience. You don't need any vaccinations. You don't need anything special. And you're already in Ecuador. It's a 30-minute flight. If you ever wanted to visit the jungle, this is it. This is such a wonderful place to do it. So I highly recommend it. And it kind of really complements the Galapagos, because here you're going to see animals of the jungle and then you're going to see animals in the islands. So such a fun Such a fun trip. So once you fly back from the Amazon to Quito, there's no way to connect those two flights. Like you can't fly from the Amazon to Quito and then continue to the Galapagos. So instead of taking you back to Quito Center, I will take you north, which is Otavalo. And Otavalo is this amazing place. It's the largest indigenous market in South America, and it's where all the indigenous communities will come and barter with each other. And it's kind of a countryside. It's really beautiful, and it's filled with these haciendas, which are, again, like local ranches, but these are made into like a bed and breakfast. So it feels like you're staying at your grandma's house. You arrive from the jungle, we'll drive about 2 hours, we'll stop for lunch, and then when we get to the hacienda, we'll have a beautiful traditional dinner, because the next day we're going to go and explore the market. We can go to, there's all kinds of workshops that we can do. If you want to go do a cooking class, we can do it here with an indigenous woman. We can do a mask workshop or make a dream catcher with a local community. So there's lots of different fun things besides just markets. And it's not about shopping here, even though you can definitely get some great deals. There's some beautiful fabrics and pottery that comes out of this part of the country, but it's really for photography as well. It's a great cultural immersion. I take my children to all the markets all over the world, so I highly suggest it for you as well. We return to that hacienda. We have another lovely dinner, and now we're ready for the Galapagos. So day 9, August 16th, is when the cruise departs. This is a 7-night cruise. So let me tell you that I included it because it gives you a really good picture of the islands. But if the trip is too long, too expensive, we can shorten the cruise to a 4-night cruise. That's another option. So keep that in mind. Everything is moving pieces. We can take out the Amazon or take out Otavalo or shorten your trip in Quito or do a shorter cruise. And of course, this is just one cruise that I'm showing you, so I don't overwhelm you. But of course, we work with 30 different boats and of course, hotels and glamping. So if you want to have a fun combination of cruise with a beach hotel or cruise with a glamping experience, we can do that as well. So let's talk. But first, I want to show you what a 7-night cruise looks like. So this is the Seaman Journey Catamaran. It's a 16-person boat. You will fly from Quito to the Galapagos. Once you fly there, and we include the entry tickets, the ID cards, assistance at the airport, so you go through the customs with someone who speaks Spanish. So it's really important because this is a very protected area. There's a lot of rules to go to the Galapagos, and people get turned away at the airport quite often. So you want to make sure everything is in order, and there's an ID card and an entry ticket, and we prepay everything for you. Once you land, the team from the cruise picks you up and you're with them for the next 7 nights. All your meals, all your excursions are all included. You can snorkel, you can swim, you can kayak. You will get off the boat at least twice a day on different excursions. And you will go to, white sand beaches, black sand beaches, red sand beaches. On the boat, you will have this upper deck cabin, which is up here. There's 2 cabins up here and 6 on the bottom. So you will have one of those suites on top because it includes a king size bed for the parents and a twin size bed for the child. It's like a sofa bed that opens up. So a much larger cabin gives you plenty of space for your family, and you can be in one cabin together. Totally 16 people, so it's not an overwhelming group. Everybody really gets to know each other. It's kind of a barefoot atmosphere on board. It's very casual. There's an indoor seating, outdoor seating, indoor dining, outdoor dining. They sometimes do a little barbecue. So it's a great experience. I've been to Ecuador 7 times, and I have done large ships, small catamarans, private, smaller yachts, and everyone is different, but I really love those small groups because people who go to the Galapagos are animal lovers. They're very passionate. So you're definitely going to meet some really interesting travelers and possibly some children as well. So this is an itinerary that will show you all the stops, lots of stops from the east to the west of the islands, all the way to Fernandina and Isabela, which is on the west side, so the furthest away islands. And I just put some photos in here so you can kind of get an idea of the activities you're going to be able to do. There's hiking, there's swimming, there's snorkeling, there's lots of beach time, and there's lots and lots of colonies of animals. And we can discuss the animals, and we can discuss, how to pack and how to prepare. Because day 15, August 23rd, you fly back to the mainland to Quito, and then you connect with your flight home. So this is your trip with all of those pieces of Ecuador in one, and that's for 2 adults and one child, age 11, at $95.99 per person. Like I shared with you, there are so many different options. So if you want a shorter cruise, if you want to chat about different hotels on the islands, I'm more than happy to help you. I look forward to your notes, and happy travels.